In this video, we're going to talk more about the cause and effect pattern in writing. Now, cause and effect writing is going to be the last form of writing that I ask you to create a mini essay about for English 099. But we also want to remember that the cause and effect pattern can be not only a standalone form of writing, meaning that throughout your college experience, you may be asked to write a cause and effect essay, but it can also be used as one or more body paragraphs of, say, an argumentative essay, for example. So as you're thinking about this mini essay, you might also be thinking about the longer researched argumentative essay that you're writing for English 101 and how you might use the cause and effect pattern to help elaborate or develop the body paragraphs of that argument. Finally, the cause and effect pattern is also very useful when writing conclusions because it helps us get at the so what or the significance of the argument. This is a place where you explain to your reader what's at stake or why they should care about the thesis or the argument that you've put forward in your essay. Cause and effect pattern really focuses on two different modes. You might begin by focusing on a cause and the various effects associated with that cause. Conversely, you might focus on an effect and talk about the various causes of that effect. In a longer essay, you might discuss both. With a complex issue like the health effects of pollution, you'll notice that there are both causes and effects that you might discuss in an essay. For instance, some of the effects of pollution are headache and fatigue, cardiovascular illness, respiratory illness, as well as cancer risks that are associated with nausea and skin irritation. Some of the causes of these effects are air pollution, water pollution, or soil contamination. And each of these causes have their own sets of effects connected to them. For instance, water pollution causes bacteria and parasites and chemicals, which can lead to headaches, but can also lead to gastrointestinal issues. Similarly, air pollution causes CO2 in the atmosphere, ozone, lead, other volatile organic compounds, some of which lead to headache and fatigue, others of which lead to respiratory illness or even cancer and stomach issues. So depending on the complexity of the topic you're writing about, you may focus on either causes, effects, or both causes and effects. As we move into thinking about our mini essay, we want to remember that a cause and effect essay is a standalone essay, has all of the same elements that any other essay would have. For instance, we begin with an introduction, and our introduction, as always, includes a hook, which will grab the reader's attention, some general background information or knowledge on the topic, and then a thesis. For our purposes, the thesis is going to be A has the effect of X, Y, or Z, or A is caused by X, Y, or Z. Next, you'll have several body paragraphs that help to develop the thesis. We might dedicate a single paragraph to each cause or a single body paragraph to each effect. And the body paragraphs, just like any other body paragraph, should be organized with a topic sentence, major and minor supporting details, a mix of transitions, including order of importance transitions, illustrative transitions, and cause and effect transitions. And then, of course, closing sentences must be included in those body paragraphs as well. A conclusion will restate your thesis and will discuss the so what of your essay. In the next slide, I'm going to talk about an example from one of your English 099 classmates. This is a sample paragraph that was uploaded to the discussion board in weeks prior. And I'm going to talk about how to take this single cause and effect paragraph and organize it into a longer essay. Right? So let's begin by just reading the paragraph together. Homelessness has been a major issue since the 1870s. Due to a lack of affordable housing, unemployment, psychiatric issues, substance abuse, and several other reasons, it has been hard to help these people off the streets. As of 2018, there were 552,830 people homeless in America. As a result of these numbers, there has been a huge success in getting a lot of people in need into shelters. Although there are several opinions out there, some people still, although there are several options out there, some people still refuse the help for countless reasons. For example, some feel scared to use resources out of fear or lack of confidence. Unfortunately, homelessness is a worldwide issue, and so many programs are working on ways to improve it. So this is a very clearly developed cause and effect paragraph that discusses not only the causes of homelessness, but also some of the causes or reasons why people do not accept help. If we wanted to take this paragraph and revise it into a longer essay, we're going to want to focus on one or the other. We're either going to want to focus on the reasons why people are homeless or the reasons why people refuse help. So let's take a look at two examples of a revised paragraph that turns this paragraph into an introduction, but also maps out where the remainder of the essay will go. So in our revision, it reads, homelessness has been a major issue since the 1870s. According to a White House report titled The State of Homelessness in America, as of 2018, there were 552,830 people homeless in America. As a result of these numbers, there has been a huge effort to get a lot of these people in need into shelters. Although there are several options out there, some people still refuse the help for countless reasons. For example, some people feel scared to use resources or lack confidence. I've done a couple of things in this revision. First, I included a signal phrase so that we know where this quote or statistic came from. This quote or statistic was included in the original paragraph, but now we've included a signal phrase according to a White House report titled The State of Homelessness in America, which lends credibility to our argument. This is both serving as a hook because it's a shocking fact or a shocking number, and as background information on the topic. I've also changed the word success to the word effort because we haven't yet proven that there's a success in getting people into shelters, but we can say that there has been an effort, and that effort has been motivated by this large number of homelessness. Finally, instead of focusing on the reasons why people are homeless to begin with, this paragraph, or this essay rather, is going to focus on the reasons or the causes why people do not access support. And if we take a look at that thesis a little bit closer, our body paragraphs are actually built right into it. Our first body paragraph is going to discuss why people feel scared to use resources. So we're going to develop that cause and explain that cause a little bit more. Our second body paragraph is going to discuss why it is that people lack confidence, and is going to discuss or give examples of why it is individuals lack confidence. And then finally, we have our closing sentence is built right in here. And our closing sentence, which was part of our original paragraph, reads, unfortunately, homelessness is a worldwide issue, and so many programs are working on ways to improve it. So this last piece here actually becomes the first sentence of your conclusion, as it restates your thesis in many ways. Another way to organize this paper would be, instead of focusing on the reasons why people don't access help, would be to focus on the reasons why people experience homelessness to begin with. You'll notice that much of the introduction is the same, but instead we've included a different supporting sentence from the original paragraph as our thesis in our new cause and effect essay. This one reads, homelessness has been a major issue since the 1870s. According to a White House report titled The State of Homelessness in America, as of 2018, there were 552,830 people homeless in America. As a result of these numbers, there has been a huge effort to get a lot of these people in need into shelters. However, due to a lack of affordable housing, unemployment, psychiatric issues, substance abuse, and several other reasons, it has been hard to reach all of those in need. You'll notice in this example, we have also included a signal phrase in order to help introduce some of the background information. We've continued to change the word choice from success to effort, And we've just changed this last phrase in at the close of the thesis sentence, just so we can have a little bit of variety and not repeat the phrase people in need. In this case, similar to the last, all of our body paragraphs are articulated or built into our thesis statement. Our first body paragraph is going to discuss the lack of affordable housing and probably give some examples of how much affordable housing is lacking and why it is that people can't afford it. Our next body paragraph is going to focus on the topic of unemployment and may give statistics about the unemployment rate, connecting that to people's inability to afford housing. Psychiatric issues might be a third paragraph. Substance abuse might be a fourth paragraph, although you may choose to talk about psychiatric issues and substance abuse in the same paragraph. And then finally, we arrive at the first sentence of our conclusion. Again, unfortunately, homelessness is a worldwide issue, and so many programs are working on ways to improve it. As you begin thinking about how to develop your cause and effect paragraph from the discussion board into a longer essay, make sure that your introduction includes a hook, some background information, and a clear thesis that focuses on one cause and effect scenario. Again, you might focus on a cause and the various effects of that cause, or you might focus on an effect and the various things that cause that effect. This week, you will work on uploading a draft of your cause and effect mini essay to the discussion board.